welcome to this live stream from the European Parliament here in Brussels. And we're very well welcome, especially to those who join in us on almost all the social media channels of the Parliament.
Every year I say I wish we don't have to have a day where we need to remind everyone where we still lag behind. But the European Parliament and the European Union, you can say, is a beacon for where those rights have seen the biggest leap, both in terms of legislative changes, but also in terms of societal changes. We are still very far away, but at least we can very much with colleagues, and it's a real honor for me to be with Thierry and with Mark, in order to push a little bit for better equality and recognition and understanding of people's wish to live in the world as they want to live. We are always the first institution to condemn attacks in other countries, but also in member states. And you cannot imagine how often we find ourselves together and say we have the perfect laws on paper, but still people are being attacked in schools, they are being bullied, they are being isolated, and there isn't enough training, education, but also, let's say, push back against any attempts to sideline or segregate and isolate.
We have a reason to celebrate, but we also have a reason to be sad, because there is backlashes in some countries. But today I want to be positive, and I want to say that in the European Parliament we have had 91 resolutions since the beginning of the mandature which were specific LGBTI, or where there was some articles concerning LGBTI people. So we've been very active, and I think that is a reason to celebrate this active European Parliament when it comes in defending LGBTI rights and when it comes to protecting LGBTI rights.
For the European Parliament, and I think inside of the intergroup where we are working across border and also across member state, we now have members from all member states of the European Union. An intersectional approach is very important to us, because we see that the attacks that Mark and Roberta were already speaking about are also coming towards different groups, and that they're trying to really roll back on rights that have been fought for and that have already been acquired in a lot of ways. So we try to really counter that together, and to obviously stand up for LGBTI rights, to mention the strategy, for example, where we are going to push for recognition of parenthood all across the European Union between member states. We are looking forward to adding hate crimes to the list of EU crimes, which I think will be a very important step to safeguard our community.
Biphobia, Transphobia and Interphobia. I'm joined for this discussion by the President of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, and to Metsola, what, in your opinion, are the most pressing issues today when it comes to LGBTIQ rights in the EU?
With the children and how they need staff organizations, but also members that push for more rights, where the European Parliament needs to push much more, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 years, and maybe when we meet again.
The President is also very much committed, Mrs. Ursula today.
You mentioned women's rights as fundamental rights, founded discrimination on grounds of sexual orientation, gender identity expression.
La situation des droits LGBTIQ est alarmante aujourd'hui dans certains pays. Nous assistons à une montée en puissance de la rhétorique anti-LGBTIQ de la part de politiciens, mais aussi de dirigeants qui alimentent des vagues de violence et des crimes de haine. Bien qu'en réponse à cette tendance, il y ait eu une détermination résolue à lutter contre ces messages de haine et ces comportements de haine, la situation doit être abordée régulièrement et nous le faisons ici à l'intérieur de la commission, la sous-commission droits de l'homme.
Le persone LGBTQ sono ancora facili vittime dell'odio sociale. Molti paesi non sono riusciti ad affrontare i bisogni delle persone LGBTQ. La situazione dei richiedenti asilo è irta di ingiustizie, nonostante abbiano fatto diversi passi avanti nei progressi nella legislazione. È diventato molto rischioso vivere apertamente la propria omosessualità, che è illegale dal 2000. Incentivare i rapporti con i paesi terzi, cercando garantire la protezione e il lavoro alle persone.
A group of young people from Greece to discuss on their upcoming careers.
Nel caso del Kenya, le persone omosessuali non europee a portare avanti un lavoro con le associazioni umanitarie, la società civile, per capire dove investire meglio i soldi destinati all'Africa.